They'll give you every tip in the book: discipline, focus, hustle, early mornings, late nights. And sure, all of that matters, but none of it compares to the one truth they don't want to say out loud. The one thing that separates the eternally elevated from the temporarily impressive. The one thing that gives a man peace in the storm, faith when logic fails, and power that cannot be stolen. That one thing is God, not the God of money, not the idol of success, but the Most High, the Alpha and the Omega, the Almighty Father, the eternal source of all things seen and unseen. This is the real reason some men shine without chasing, rise without schemes, give without fear, and walk into rooms already chosen. Because when you walk with God, you don't just operate, you align. You're not driven by ego, you're guided by the Spirit. And that changes everything. When God is your foundation, you don't panic when money's low. You don't sell your soul for status. You don't manipulate others to get ahead. You know, what's meant for you is already yours. You don't chase crumbs because you're seated at an infinite table. You don't burn bridges because the path God has for you is already lit. You don't get bitter, desperate, or jealous because your identity is not rooted in this world. It's rooted in the one who made it. This is why you can give freely, why you bless others without hesitation, because you're not functioning from fear. You understand there's no such thing as lack in God's kingdom. The Father's love is infinite. His blessings are abundant. His supply never runs dry. You surrender. While they plot, you pray. While they scramble, you stand still and watch God move. Because when you walk with God, you're not looking for validation. You're walking in confirmation. You don't need to make noise. Your presence speaks because your spirit is aligned. And people feel that. They feel something different when you walk in the room. It's not arrogance. It's anointing. God doesn't just bless your pockets. He blesses your path. He blesses your relationships. He blesses your vision. He blesses your timing. This is what makes the truly successful so powerful. They're not just rich in wealth. They're rich in wisdom, peace, purpose, and none of that came from man. It came from God. So if you're tired of striving, if you're exhausted from pushing, if you're building something that doesn't bring you peace, it's time to realign. It's time to return to the source, to remember who actually provides. The truly successful man doesn't compete. He commands. He doesn't fear. He flows. He doesn't beg. He believes. He's favored, protected, provided for, because he walks in spiritual obedience. He doesn't have to sell lies to succeed. He doesn't have to trick or manipulate, because what God has written in his name cannot be touched by any man. And that kind of security, that kind of success, it's not for sale. It's given through surrender. So don't let the world fool you. Success without God is empty. It may look shiny, but it's hollow. It may seem impressive, but it's unstable. But success with God, that's peace, that's purpose, that's power. The man who believes in God with his whole heart, who walks in righteousness, who seeks truth over trends, he is unshakable. He knows that what he gives, he never loses, because he understands the economy of heaven. He trusts that every seed sown in love will return multiplied. He lives with an open hand. And because of that, he always receives. So what's the real secret? What's the hidden weapon? It's not grind. It's not clout. It's not connections. It's God. And when God is your source, your well never runs dry. Your peace isn't shaken, and your story is written in divine ink. You don't have to chase what you were born to carry. You don't have to force what was already prepared for you. Every truly successful man you admire, every man who lives with peace, presence, and power, carries this same truth. God is their weapon. God is their wisdom. God is their wealth. God is their way. And when you understand that, when you surrender to that, you'll never be the same again. Because now, you know the secret